Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh dear, that's way too close. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gen Z Sanctum, and with us here in the studio today, of course, is as always Nathan Langford. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing terrible.
Oh well, you know what? Get out. No.
I'm making my way to the front door.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we both have very professional microphones now. I'm going to have to turn mine down because it's peaking like a son of a peak. Yes, family friendly. So Nathan got a brand new Yeti microphone. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's very nice. Okay, so anyway, today's topic. So, last week's episode, we talked about holiday traditions. This week, being the first week of the spooky month, we're going to
Spooky.
piggyback off of that idea and talk specifically about Halloween.
Halloween's scary. Problem solved.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. But no, essentially, we're going to be taking a closer look at, our traditions during Halloween, what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and how Halloween has sort of evolved from childhood, teenage years to now our adult years. So, let's start with you, Nathan. What was your childhood Halloween like?
Really depend, because I would occasionally have Awana at church, and if Halloween happened to fall on a Wednesday, which is when Awana was,
Mm-hmm.
no Halloween that year.
Interesting. So Awanas were like, oh, you know that really cool holiday that every child ever celebrates? Yeah, well, it's happening on Wednesday this year. Frick you, and just doesn't happen that year.
And,
That's really sad. I mean, like, I understand it's the church and everything, but like, freaking Nathan, what are you freaking? Ladies and gentlemen, his microphone, clip is not clipping, and it's about to fall off. So, give us a moment, folks. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
my mic is indeed fixed now.
Yes, Nathan's microphone almost ended the show early. So,
Yes.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so what you're saying is, if Halloween happened to fall on a Wednesday,
I got no Halloween that
you got
year.
no Halloween. But what if it didn't fall on a Wednesday?
If it didn't, it would usually conspire with me going around our neighborhood and seeing who was actually putting candy out, wearing a costume, and then coming back and enjoying a little bit of candy. And that was
So your neighborhood didn't really put, like, not many.
No, they
houses put
did,
them out?
but it was there aren't as many kids in my old neighborhood.
Now or then?
I'd say now. When I was younger, prime of
Yeah, we're talking about your childhood, not now.
there's not a whole lot I can remember, but I do know definitely way more decorations. But as I got older, like in middle school or something, Halloween started to drift off a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But so teenage years. So what was Halloween like during your teenage years?
Teenage years, pretty similar. I was more going to like Halloween parties,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Like trunk or treats, like in different church parking lots and stuff.
No, it was more like Halloween parties, fall fest, stuff like that.
I hate that whole like trunk or treat thing. By the way, I just dislike the fact that like you just go to a parking lot full of cars, and they open their trunks, and you just, it's like the we're too scared of our neighborhood, or we're too poor to actually have a trick or treat, go house to house and do the thing. We're gonna just have a select few people that we trust go to a random parking lot and give candy from the trunks of our cars.
Yeah,
I don't like the whole trunk or treat idea. A lot of people do it, but I still think it is nowhere in comparison to the real thing, the real trick or treat.
One thing that I would like to do is starting tradition, because Halloween isn't really a tradition for me anymore.
Yeah.
is trying to find a drive-in theater
Okay.
that is playing a Halloween movie.
So very few drive-in theaters operate anymore.
Yeah, but
There are
there
a
are
few.
some.
Yeah.
There is one that actually isn't far away from here.
Yeah, I think I know the one. It's north from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it's not on the highway. It's on a highway, but not like the interstate. It's north of even you. I think you have to go even farther north from you to get there.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I know that we pass it every time between we go here and like our grandparents' lake that's way up in North Indiana.
Yeah.
We pass that because we travel on that highway. But what movie would you want to see at a drive-in theater in October?
Really depends on what movie they're playing. I know one Halloween movie I would like to watch this year is Christine.
So you've watched Christine already, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
So you just want to watch it again?
Yeah.
But in a drive-through theater. Or
Well, in a
drive-in.
drive-through theater, it kind of brings in
That's
the
kinda
reality
true.
because you're in your car.
That's true.
For those people who are living under a rock that don't know what Christine is a 1955 Plymouth Fury killer car, pretty much.
Essentially. And the movie is like 1983, I think, is when the movie came out.
Early 80s,
I'm
yeah.
surprised they haven't made a remake of it.
Yeah.
But no, apparently they didn't make a remake of it because it like wasn't, good. I'm kidding.
But apparently with that movie, a lot of people tried to take the crashed cars from the movie and like rebuild them.
Good luck.
And apparently they say they're all haunted.
Yeah, well, sure they do. Yeah, of course they do.
Because they'll say the car does random stuff here, random stuff there. I'm
Yep,
like,
totally random. Can't see the cords off camera, pulling the doors open. Totally can't see those.
there are a very select few cars that do have the full system that was in the movie, like filling the inside of the car with smoke.
Yeah.
And
that's totally haunted.
Turning the lights on.
It's ghostly smoke. It's totally not a button somebody's pushing to fill the thing with smoke. It's totally haunted. Yeah. I don't know. Like that's the people.
Those are just like people who are like pure into the movie, into.
Ooh, it's a haunted car. The lights come on by itself. Yeah, I'm pressing the remote. Of course, the lights are coming on. Anyway.
Okay, well, here's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
If you go into a dark room with Christine, not even the real one, like a replica one, and the horn just goes off by itself.
Someone sat on the keys.
No. The car, like somebody had bought a movie car to display in their museum. And they were going out into a dark room where all their stuff that they bring in, they're going in there to bring it in. All the lights are off. And the car just starts blasting its horn.
Well, if it's a dark room, you can't see the guy in the front seat honking the horn.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He darted out the room. They came back the next morning. The car had a dead battery and the horn relay had stuck open. So the horn turned on by itself. So the horn relay was bad, stuck open, and killed the battery overnight.
Totally couldn't have been something that somebody did off camera, and they made this story to.
Wow, you have no spirit at all.
That's not spirit. That's bullshit. Okay, no. Just saying, I don't really believe in that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
It's some of the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a movie. None of that stuff's real.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
but okay. What are haunted houses for? Things to scare you.
I mean, but they are made up, of course. You just kind of have to play into it, get in character, and be scared.
Yeah, I know. But you ruin the fun. So in other words, if you go to a haunted house, you'd ruin the character. You'd ruin the fun for everybody else. Because like,
not exactly.
Oh wow! Would you look at that? Oh,
well, you know going into it that it's fake.
I know, but there are these.
So you admit
jump
it.
Scares. Yes.
So, but you again, that's what I said.
Scares.
You have to play into it. You have to you'd be like, oh, it's haunted. You have to kind of like, even though you know subconsciously, like this is all made up. We know this. You kind of have to outwardly put, "Hey, look at this haunted house, guys! It's haunted, guys." You kind
This
of have to
man
do that.
loves Halloween. I'm kind of debating that.
I love Halloween. I like the idea of it. Just the truth of Halloween is a little different than
Well, yeah, the truth of Halloween is
the
ghosts
idea.
and zombies.
The truth of Halloween is that it's a pagan holiday that the Catholic Church stole when it spread across the world from the fall of the Roman Empire. It basically absorbed every other pagan holiday and turned it into its own holiday.
Yeah.
That it could use. Like, for instance, with Halloween, pagan holiday, very next day, November 1st, All Saints Day, to counteract the night before, because that's apparently the drugs that the Catholic Church was on at the time. And but yeah, no, honestly, Halloween is cool, is really cool. I love Halloween. But deep down inside, half this, like most of the stuff
So, in other words,
is
what you're
not
telling
real.
me, you only like Halloween because you get candy.
What I'm saying is you can make up a bunch of stuff and it can be cool. But you always know subconsciously this is not actually real. Which brings me into my experiences with Halloween, because when I was a kid, Halloween was not celebrated because conservative Christian household I grew up in. We didn't, oh, Halloween, we don't celebrate it because blah 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 blah, devil worshipping, so on and so forth, that kind of stuff. But then when I became an adult, or a teenager rather, I missed out on the childhood. I never trick or treated until I was like 14, if you believe that. Never went.
So, you're kind of like making up for that childhood time.
Oh yeah.
missed.
Never went trick or treating. The first time I actually went trick or treating house to house was with you. That first time that I came over to
I
your
remember
neighborhood.
that.
The first time, because we went multiple years, but the first time, that was the first time I had ever been like, let me dress up as something and go house to house. Never had done it before, had never done it before, and never would have done it in our neighborhood, because our neighborhood is primarily Jewish and they don't celebrate Halloween either. So nobody's houses were open for trick or treating.
Don't mean it.
So, and plus we didn't know any of our neighbors. We knew like one or two, but the rest were all, and they were Jewish. The rest were Jewish. Nobody celebrated Halloween in our neighborhood. So I had to come to your neighborhood when I was like 14, and
The only
do that.
benefit of trick or treating where I live is right across the street is a $1 million home
Yeah.
neighborhood. So you walk through there, you're gonna get the big
Oh
candy
yeah.
bars.
We never
The
did that
king
though. We
size.
stayed in your
Yeah.
loop. We never went across the street. Would have been cool to go across the street, but I think they still have gates or whatever.
No,
No? Oh,
no, that neighborhood doesn't.
interesting. Well, we should have totally gone over there, but no, we stayed in that one neighborhood loop.
Yeah.
Every time we went. So
There is always one guy, I don't know if he still does it, but on Halloween he does a cookout.
okay.
So he'll give
Yeah.
out like small candy,
Mm-hmm.
but he'll grill hot dogs
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, adding a little bit of taste. So you're
Mhm.
walking through and you smell freshly cooked hot
Oh
dogs
yeah.
on the
Oh yeah.
grill.
You're
like,
hungry.
Oh, that smells good.
Oh yeah. That we got one time. I think it was either the first or second year we stopped
Yeah.
and got one.
I don't know if it was just me being hungry, but when I ate one, I was like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah. They were pretty good. Yeah. But transitioning into my adult life, Halloween is more of a because there's a certain point at which you're like, trick or treat, you're too old for trick or treating. I mean, like, you're gonna knock on someone's door, they're gonna open the door, and two grown men are gonna be saying they're trick or treat, and so yeah, trick or treating. Eventually, you can't do it anymore because it's weird. People
Although
open
I
the door
will
and be
say
like, "What are you
this.
two doing?"
I went trick or treating one year with my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
This was years ago. This was like when I was 13,
Okay.
14.
Many years.
And
ago.
there was
Okay.
one guy who was like easily in his 20s, like mid.
But was he with someone?
No, he was with people, but he
Yeah.
he had a full on Batman outfit,
Yeah.
cape, everything.
But he was with someone. Like
He-
if if
he
a
wasn't
20-year-old
with,
guy,
he wasn't with younger kids. He
Yeah.
was with people close to his age.
yeah, but like is it just me or an audience? Back me up on this one. Is it just weird? Like you're doing trick or treating and you get a knock on your door, you open it up, and there's a grown man just standing there that wants
Well,
candy.
you have to sell it. You have to be like, yeah, I'm here to trick or treat because I'm 5 years old inside and I'm 25. So,
They'd be like, "Get out of here, weirdo! The frick you doing? Get out of here, weirdo! Don't make me call the cops. Don't let me let my pit bull named Princess out."
you want to go get my white pit?
Like, yeah, it's seriously. I was raised as saying, okay, trick or treating, you can do it, but like at a certain age, nobody will want you to come to their house anymore
Well, I
because you're
will
too
say,
old.
however, I know some people in my family that were trick or treating till older than
Like
us.
who, by the way?
My aunt.
Okay, well,
She trick or treated all through college till she was 23 or 24.
well, when your aunt trick or treated, the Beatles were still alive. So that's a joke, of course. But like honestly, like trick or treating
Were
has
the
changed.
Beatles still a band back then?
Yeah,
They were.
that is a joke, by the way.
They were dwindling.
Basically, what I'm saying is your aunt is old as fuck. No. Anyway, so, but yeah, like in modern times, and especially in our neighborhood, like my mom always told me, trick or treating is fun, but like never trick or treat after you look too old to do it because it'll be weird and you might get shot or whatever. Like that was kind of what I was told is that, hey, listen, when you're a really old teenager, nobody's gonna want to give you candy because you're too old or what. That was
Well,
essentially
to be frankly
what I was
honest,
told.
we ourselves were trick or treating until we were 19.
That's true, yeah.
So,
But I had to come to your house. No, this wouldn't have happened here. That would have
no,
been a big
I
no.
know that. I
here.
know that. But we were going trick or treating around.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was trick or treating when I was home from college, I think, for 1 year.
yeah,
And I dressed up as a giant dinosaur.
yeah. I know
Like
that.
with those blow up
Didn't you go
costumes.
with cousins and everyone?
Yeah.
So you were with people. Here's the thing. Here's a trick-or-treating hack, ladies and gentlemen. Find some younger cousins, go with them, and steal all their candy. That's how you go trick-or-treating as an adult, is you go with people that are young enough.
And I'm planning on going quote-unquote trick-or-treating
Quote,
this
unquote,
year.
yeah.
But I'm really just walking around the neighborhood.
It's chaperoning, essentially.
Yeah.
And
Just
you
kind
did
of like being the young adult in the
Yeah.
situation.
And you did say that you would ask Braden if I could come along.
Yeah.
Have you asked yet?
I have not.
Frick you. Anyway, so moving right along, other than Christine, what other Halloween type movies have you seen?
To be honest, not all that many because I was
You're a
sheltered
loser.
when I
I'm
was
kidding.
younger.
No.
The only reason I saw Christine, my mom would absolutely hate that movie.
Your mom hates every good movie that ever existed that is ever slightly scary.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I mean, she hated like
we
Hocus
were
Pocus.
sheltered from SpongeBob.
Back up a second. I'm sorry, my ears. Did you say you were sheltered from SpongeBob?
Yes, my mom said it was inappropriate. The dissipate.
Boy.
I will say, however, to bring up, I grew up on Phineas and Ferb,
Okay, that's
so better.
it's just a different side. Nathan was a certified Disney kid growing up. I was a certified
Nothing kid.
yes. I couldn't watch any Disney movie because yes.
No, your excuse
I was
years ago.
VeggieTales, What's in the Bible, and maybe a superhero movie if my mom watched it first and then fast forwarded through muted and fast forwarded through parts she just thought she didn't want me to see.
Yeah, but here's
Maybe.
the thing. So Christmas Vacation, this is kind of going off, but
Okay.
a little bit on movies. My mom says I can't watch it because there's some inappropriate parts,
Okay.
and I actually secretly went back to watch them. Like they can't be that bad.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, they show nude parts." I'm like, I watched the parts that they've always skipped. I'm like, no, they don't.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No, they don't. Yeah, they show.
They show nude parts. Let me look up the movie right now. I'm kidding. No. Anyway.
No, they show her taking her clothes off. Yes, but the camera line isn't
Yeah.
is above her neckline.
Yeah.
It's
implied.
Yes.
But apparently, if it's implied, that's the same thing as just seeing the whole body. You can just top to
pretty much.
Oh, clothes came off. Oh, she's naked. That's rated R. Just get it out of here.
Yeah, well, I will
Nothing
say
to show,
watching
doesn't
Christmas
matter.
Vacation this year,
Yeah.
guess what isn't being skipped? The movie parts that have
Yeah.
always been skipped. Anyway, we're going back to Halloween stuff now.
Anyway, Halloween. I didn't watch many Halloween movies as a kid. I'll be honest with you. Halloween was mostly,
That.
yes, me choking on a long Twix bar, and then going a little too far and choking.
Wow.
Anyway, what I started watching scary Halloween movies recently, like as of like 15, 16, because I missed out on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, yeah, I was very sheltered as a child. I'll say that much. So plans for this Halloween. I know you said you already decided to go, or that you decided to go and then ask if I could join you. But what other traditions have you wanted to do this year, or continue or start?
Not
new
really
ones?
anything that I plan at the moment because I don't really have Halloween traditions, really.
Okay. One of our Halloween traditions is kind of weird. It's not really Halloween related. It's watching The Great Pumpkin from the Peanuts.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Just at some point
I will say that, yeah,
around
that is
Halloween
definitely a tradition.
is watch The Great Pumpkin from the Peanuts. So very sheltered.
And then after you get done, you're like, that ruined my adulthood.
All right, Halloween over. It's time for Thanksgiving. Anyway,
and then you were that person who watched at like at night,
and
then as midnight cars. All right, we're gonna put Thanksgiving.
No,
Or you're that really weird guy who goes directly from Halloween straight into Christmas.
Yeah, like that's pretty much everybody, honestly.
Yeah.
That Braden, your cousin, does not give a frick about Thanksgiving. He's just like, oh, it's Thanksgiving time.
Halloween's over?
Or it's Halloween time.
Yes.
All right, Mariah Carey, come on in. But yeah, no. So we already talked about like Halloween as a kid, but did you have any like traditions as a kid? Did you? I know, like, trick or treating habit. Did you have people come to your house for trick or treating? Did you have to be? Because we did this at our house. For the few people that did trick or treat, we would I would hold the bowl of candy at the door. So many people didn't come trick or treating that half of the time that trick or treating was open in our neighborhood was just standing by the door looking at your watch, like there's nobody. I have to do this for the next 2 hours while this time span is open. Freaking 1-2 people might maybe show up, but that was about it. Did you have to pull bowl duty?
Nope.
Interesting.
I will say you are way more entertained at our neighborhood, and you probably still will be.
Oh yeah, because here, again, widely
But
Jewish
I will
neighborhood.
say,
Nobody
you want to
cared.
see a popular Halloween neighborhood?
Okay.
That's Braden's neighborhood.
Really?
Because it is a fresh new neighborhood. There's a lot of younger kids there.
I was gonna say, yeah, half the people in our neighborhood are like 85-year-old Jewish people, and but over the last couple of years, they've started to, not really. You can't really say this respectfully, die off, and newer non-Jewish couples have moved in. So there's more people to trick or treat, and maybe within the next 10 years or so, it'll all be replaced with new younger couples. But for now, still mostly nobody cares. But anyway,
Wish we had more Halloween stories, because
what's your opinion on Mariah Carey during the Halloween season?
you're a psychopath.
Exactly, that's what I said. Although today I went to the grocery store today, They've got an entire. The frick
I
was
didn't
that?
ask for you.
They've got an entire 2 aisles stacked from floor to ceiling with candy. All kinds. Individuals, the big bags, everything. That aisle got the diabetes.
No, this is going to be after Halloween. Halloween
Oh, yeah.
at midnight.
Yeah.
Halloween 11:59 crosses over to midnight. Every single retail store on planet Earth
Immediately goes to Christmas music.
Wow. That absolutely failed.
Yeah, it did.
I was
Every single retail store is essentially what Nathan is saying. Just it goes dead silent.
No, it's because my phone is being a piece of garbage.
But no, every single retail store after Halloween is over at midnight. Rush out their Christmas decorations.
No, this is gonna be it.
Oh, okay. We're waiting. True.
You're just gonna walk in the store. You're gonna hear those bells go off. And you're like, nope.
Those bells give me PTSD. Just every year. Now, here's the thing. You think I get PTSD from those bells? Imagine workers at retail stores.
They hear that song
that
like
for the
a
first time
million
come on?
times, and by the end, they're like,
And they throw up in the aisles.
yeah, pretty.
Clean up on aisle 6. Clean up on aisle ding dong. Clean up on aisle. And that's essentially all the workers.
The guy on the mic.
Hey, ma'am, can you help me with finding the... Sorry, Mariah Carey came on. I couldn't help it. Just reflex. I could frickin'... What do you want? Christmas decorations? Get the frick out! Sorry. PTSD. I'm sorry. Whew. Sorry. No,
All right.
speak to your manager.
All right, what do
Yo,
you
hey,
need help with? I need Christmas dinner.
Hey, manager. Yeah? Listen, this young lady wants to find some Christmas stuff. Yeah. Ma'am, if you'll just follow me. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I will say, did you hear about those news stories, like during the pandemic, where many places banned playing that song?
Oh.
So there was a story of a, you know what a jukebox is, obviously.
Yeah.
In some bar here in Indianapolis.
Jeez.
Frick.
You need some water.
Whatever this mic stuff is, it's making me choke. Or maybe it's just the fact you mentioned Mariah Carey. I don't freaking know. Hold on. Ugh. Well, anyway, before we destroy my lungs and my throat and everything else that has to do with breathing, we are coming up on the end of the episode, but got a little bit left. So anything else you want to, any short story you want to tell about Halloween before we wrap up?
I will say,
Okay.
I have one story that involves my cousin.
Okay.
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 I don't know if he wants this story told, but we're gonna tell it anyway.
So we'll tell the story to all of you 3 viewers. Anyway,
this happened like 12, 13 years ago.
Dang, he probably doesn't care.
He
anymore.
had a Halloween costume on. Keep in mind, their front door was just plain window, which most, like, if they have the main front door, then they have like a sprung
screen door. You mean?
No, it's not a screen door. Well, you can have it a screen door, but it can also be a window.
It's a screen door, regardless of what it's made of. But
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's trying to take his costume off.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls his
He's
pulls
taking
his
his
pants
costume
all the
off.
way to the floor as people are coming up to the front door.
Oh,
So his mom is just like, "Move, get."
I gotta take my costume off.
And his pants are just pulled down. He's looking down and saying, "Hey."
Now are his underwear still on?
No.
All right, let's go trick or treating to this house. Frick, we're gonna move on. Skip that house. There's some cheeks in the screen door. Are those real cheeks? Let me get a little closer. Yeah, those are real cheeks. Keep moving, kids.
No, but when that happened, my aunt was like, "No," and he's just looking down like,
Hey guys, does a whirlwind be hilarious.
wow.
Anyway, that's
So
weird. Why
that
would
was
you
a
do
funny
that?
story I had. Not very long.
Why would you do that? Just stand there and be like,
Because I don't think he processed what
Is
had
he-
happened. The fact that everybody outside sees the fact that his pants and underwear are pulled to the ground.
bruh. How do you not notice that?
To be completely honest, he was like 6 or 7 when that happened. So
Is he retarded?
all 6, 7-year-olds are retarded.
That's true. That is that is true. That is true. Well, anyway, guys, thank you everyone for joining us. Next week, Nathan will be coming up with hopefully something October related. I freaking don't know. Up to him. But anyway, thank you for joining us and tune in next time. The frick was that, Nathan?